Aren't you happy to be back, Brad? It's Film Reverie podcast.
Yeah. Yes. Was that convincing? Sadness, depression, pain.
And that's
misery.
just how I feel about living with you.
My soul dies a little every day.
Brad sucks.
Socks?
Sucks.
Hey, that's a new marketing item we could sell. Brad socks. That suck.
Yes. The Film Reverie sock. Socks that have Film Reverie on them.
I'm down for that.
Definitely.
I hate the idea of like a hat or a shirt that's like, just here's the Film Reverie, here's the logo. But a sock, it just has your logo, and it's just stupid, nonsensical. Well, who puts a logo on a sock?
I have Batman.
We do.
I have Batman socks. They're socks that have the Batman logo across the front.
Yeah, but it doesn't say BATMA.
It just has the bat symbol.
Yeah, we're going to put Film Reverie on. It's going to be an ugly, stupid sock. And we're making it now.
You know those socks where you can put people's faces on them? What if we had Film Reverie socks that had your face on them next to the Film Reverie logo?
I mean, you could do that if you want. But you're not putting my O face.
I don't mean your O face. Who said O face? Why do you have to bring it back to sex all the time? What is this, a Becca Myers script? Okay, everybody, quiet on the set.
Film Reverie podcast, take 82.
And action.
I don't know, whatever. We cuss. That's the thing that we do.
So, it's been a while since we've done an episode. This is our first live episode to Twitch, so I mean we've actually never done that. But
right. We played Batman.
It's been a while since we did a Film Reverie in general. We actually did post an episode with Alex Ferrari from the Indie Film Hustle podcast, which was not planned at that time. We were going to dump it in the feed a little bit later, but he had his book come out, and we wanted to sort of release that around the time when he had his book come out. So really what we were going to do was come in and talk to you guys and say all this stuff before we did that, but we had to flip-flop things. So
right. Oh, and the website.
Yeah.
Right, that's another reason we're to tell everyone.
Well, yeah, it's just a generic update. So
yeah.
We took the summer off. The idea over the summer was to shoot a couple of short films and to try to get them made. We did get a couple of short films shot, and we're in post-production on them. One is a short film called Manifest, and another one is a short film called Safe, where we, made this like snore cam, and it's a reversed first person point of view shot the whole time. It's 1 8-minute long shot, which is fun.
By the way, SnoreCam, I had to Google what SnoreCam was when we started doing this. SnoreCam is when you have a camera attached to someone that looks at their face.
Yeah,
so
the camera is pointing at the actor the whole time, so it moves with them.
We had to build that. And then I got behind the scenes stuff, pictures and video, which, by the way, is another reason we're doing a live, because I want to eventually... we're going to do an episode when we're ready to release the short film and do a behind the scenes thing and show the pics and the video of how we did it.
So we did that, and that just as always takes a lot longer to do that stuff than you anticipate. We really thought we'd be back doing episodes by October, but we ended up moving home base again and blah blah blah. Anyway, so we're still getting situated. If we could turn the camera around the other way,
it's a mess.
It's a mess. In fact, turning the camera this way, it's a mess because look at you.
Oh.
You're a mess.
Yeah.
But we did want to give an update. We have plans for this next upcoming, which we'd call season of episodes for Film Reverie. We're going to spend a lot of time. If you remember, if you've been listening to Film Reverie or watching Film Reverie or any of that stuff, you will know the last batch of episodes. We did about 20 episodes, and about 10 or 11 of those episodes were Brad and I talking about our process for writing, what we think about when we write. And as always, we are here to remind people that we don't consider ourselves experts, but we do have a process for how we do it for ourselves. And since we've gone through it a bunch of times, I'm working on screenplay 20 right now.
Yeah.
Screenplay number, like we're working on screenplay number 20 right now. We just feel like our part of our process, developing characters and story and what we're thinking about when we make decisions, whether you agree with them or not, it is what we're thinking about when we're writing. So
we're not experts, but we're just sharing as we learn our mistakes and all of that. So and even the things that we did right, but we're just sharing you. This is how we did it, and here's what we did wrong. Here and just I don't know, because at one we were at it wasn't long ago where we were at that point where. What's this? How do you make a film? How do you do all this?
Yeah.
And then we just had to decide, well, we're just going to do it.
And since we successfully pushed through and made a film, notice we left out the word good.
It's okay.
It's okay. We're happy with it and we're proud of it. And of course, it is for 95% the film we had written and the film we wanted to make. So we successfully pulled that off. But since we've pushed through that process, we have stuff we've picked up along, like stuff we've learned and picked up along the way. So the idea for this new upcoming season of Film Reverie would be us talking about our pre-production and casting and all that stuff that we went through. In fact, there's a lot of stuff we didn't do right in this process. And we're going to talk about that a lot more. Like for just for an idea of what we're talking about. We wrote the script 3 years before we got to shoot it, and 3 separate times cast the film, and kept having problems with scheduling and locations, and the fact that we were trying to make it with like literally zero money kept getting in the way. And money doesn't solve all problems, but sometimes it does solve the hey, let's make a movie 6 months from now problem. We kept having to put it on hold and actor schedules. And so there's stuff we learned along the way of what not to do next time, especially making it on a no budget. Part of the thing we learned that not to do is to not do it with no budget. But even just a little bit will help, especially to do things like pay actors or crew and stuff like that, which is what I would prefer to do anyway, even if you're just paying them just a little bit.
And the other thing is too that we sort of decided today that we're also going to involve you as much as we can on the process of the new film we're working on. We're still figuring out how exactly we're going to do that, but we're writing it right now. We have this whole marketing plan and this whole crowdfunding thing. It's just we got the whole thing, so we're going to try and also bring you guys along that journey as well, so that you can. I guess make the movie with us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and learn right alongside us as well. Because we'll be doing things in this next film where the idea is if you were going to do it the same way you did it last time, did you even learn anything? So the idea would be that we'd like to take it up a notch. Try doing stuff that we haven't done before on a feature film level. And we are kind of going to try to be as open source. Is open source the right word?
I think so.
Transparent is the
word I'm looking for. That's better.
As transparent about the process possible without giving away too much about our specifics about our particular film.
Right.
But so we also have a list, like a batch of really good episodes, interviews with other filmmakers who have also done this stuff to mix in with our filmmaking 101 episodes that we're going to be doing. Over the summer, I kept telling people, we're going to start doing episodes again in September, and just our list of people that we kept piling up to talk to in our next batch of episodes just kept getting longer and longer and longer. It's the first time in a long time that we have at least 8 or 9 interview episode possibilities that I didn't have to seek out any of them. We came across them on Twitter or other filmmakers, and I would say, hey, we have a show, and a couple of people were like, I love your show, we listened to your show, and which was nice to hear, because sometimes, especially when you're on a hiatus, it's nice to hear that people actually do listen to your show, and filmmakers filmmakers who are making films are listening, which is good because that's the same. That's the people we want to. That's the people we want to know. We started this show a long time ago with the idea of meeting and interacting with more filmmakers because the cat's being a dumbass. The cat's attacking air. Yeah. So, I mean, the idea is to...
we were interviewing people. Well, we wanted to make a movie, and we were like, we don't know anyone. Really, I mean, we knew people, but weren't really networked. So the show was a way that we got us to network with people. And honestly, the show helped us get the movie made because we interviewed people and met with people that ultimately helped us make the film. So
way back when I was, I don't know, maybe a year or two old as a filmmaker, I went to the Florida Film Festival. And when I went to the Florida Film Festival, it was the first film festival I'd ever spent any significant time at. I'd maybe have gone and seen a screening of a film or something like that. But one of the first things I noticed, that one of the things I got out of that week-long experience hanging out at that festival the whole time was I realized that being around other filmmakers just makes it seem that much more viable, possible, realistic of an idea to try to make a movie, because people at film festivals, especially back in the 90s, were just regular people like us who got a movie made and got it into a film festival. They aren't Martin Scorsese, who I love. They're not Paul Thomas Anderson. What I've had not experienced in my filmmaking life yet is interacting with other filmmakers. When I thought about people who made movies, I thought about Martin Scorsese, Paul Thomas Anderson, Hitchcock, Steven Spielberg, all people that are like gods, filmmaking gods, right? And it seemed like, well, they do it, but how am I gonna do it? But when I went to a film festival and I interacted with people who were just like me, who just gotten a movie made, I was like, oh, that could very easily be me right up there. So that's part of my my hopes and dreams for this show when we first started.
That's like the spirit of the show.
Was to be around other filmmakers and have other filmmakers be around us, and anyone listening who had not done it yet to just hear just regular filmmakers talking about making a movie, so that it seems that much more possible. You can get your fingers on it and get your hands on it.
And I feel like it lets everyone know that we feel the same way you guys do, that we don't feel worthy of it. It's like, who are we to make a movie? So that's another reason why we call it, we're not teaching, we're just sharing our experiences and what we've learned, because we're all the same. I think as filmmakers, some of us get to the big time, and I think that's all of our dreams. But ultimately, we're all frightened of our own dreams and goals,
because it's intimidating.
It's intimidating. So, I think those of us who have if I can say it, the balls to do it, it's good for us to talk to each other, because we're like, yeah, dude, I made it really helps your confidence when you can talk to people who've been through the same experiences, and then you're like, oh, they're just like me and they made a movie. Because
we really are. I mean, in many ways, the film we made, and we're going to be talking a lot more about our film, Really Pathetic and Totally Awkward. In fact, another thing that we wanted to talk about is, over the course of these new episodes, we're also going to be doing some live shows like we're doing now, and some of those live shows will be about premiering our a couple of new short films, and it will culminate somewhere in a few months from now with premiering over Twitch live. We have to get a lot of this stuff still worked out, but our film, Really Pathetic and Totally Awkward, so we'd have like a premiere night on Twitch, so that anybody who listens to our podcast or watches our show at that point and wants to see our movie would be able to do that, at least for that one time, and it will tie in with its release on Amazon, so you can go rent it or watch it yourself, which we would hope people would do, just to throw us a bone here and there. Also, there was something else I was thinking of while I was saying that. Oh, those things would be, so one of the things we're going to start doing is we set up a tip jar on the Twitch, and the reason we did that is because making a podcast can sometimes be expensive, but at the same time, we're also gearing up for raising money for our new film, which we won't announce the name yet. We're going to announce that later.
Yes. We're going to take care of all the legal stuff first, because I don't want anyone stealing it.
But there is a short film that we're going to produce that ties into the feature film that we will do a premiere of on this show. We haven't shot it yet. We haven't gotten it edited yet. We haven't done any other stuff. We're going. We've already got it written. Yeah, it's a little eight-page script that we wrote that is sort of like a prologue to, or a chapter 0 to the feature film. There's that, and we're thinking about doing a Patreon. We have it sort of set up, but we're still working on trying to figure out if it's something we really want to do.
Well, but also like what everyone gets out of it. Like, I mean, for example, our films and stuff.
Yeah.
So probably have something to where if you're contributing, well, guess what? You get all the stuff.
Lucky you.
But also, you know, we have a tiny little curriculum that we're kind of feeling out because we have a, I don't know, like a sort of a matrix that we use for making films and writing and characters and all of that. We have a lot of stuff, like stuff that we don't really have time to talk about, but so we have all kinds of little secret things that people who, when we do have the Patreon thing going, we can share all that with everyone. Yeah. Like, I mean, and also have a more of an interaction and not necessarily a one-on-one thing, but we're definitely be like, here's more stuff, and how can we help and do this thing together?
One of the things that we had,
because ultimately we want to help people make films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I had happened to me over the summer was every now and then I'd just get a message from somebody. We would just get a message from somebody that said, "Hey man, I've noticed your show is like you aren't done making shows, are you?" And that really helped me. You know, it's just one of those things. You hear somebody say, it's not really like an attaboy, but I will say that we really, really appreciate the people that are listening. And sometimes we feel like we're sort of in a bubble, and it's just us talking into this microphone, and we don't really hear much from anyone else. So we're trying to find ways to interact with our audience a little bit more. Not because we're like, oh, we have an audience, but we just it makes us feel good to know we're a part of helping somebody. Yeah, I mean, that's why we started this show in the first place.
And that's why we're doing this now. Yeah. We want to build a Film Reverie community, I guess, and we want to talk with you guys. We made a Facebook chat group that we're going to invite everyone to. Yeah. Do we have? I don't know. We might need to work.
Film Reverie podcast group.
Yeah. Okay. It's on Facebook. So we're gonna have everybody come and just let's make movies together and help make each other better filmmakers, and just and also make the show better. And you guys can tell us what kind of stuff you want us to do more of, less of. You can make fun of me all you want. I mean,
you can do that for free, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to pay to do that.
So we did want to say that the website, we had a little glitch. I'm not going to go into it again because it just pisses me off. We had problems with our hosting provider,
GoDaddy,
and it was a billing problem that continued to happen for 3 months, even though it seemed like it was kept getting, and here I am getting into it, kept getting solved. And then suddenly one day we woke up and our website had been deleted. So yes, our website has been down. We're currently working on a new one,
which we just bought.
We just got domain for and all that stuff.
Do we want to announce it?
filmreverypodcast.com. Right, filmreverypodcast.com. Yeah. Right now, that may not even be forwarding to anything yet.
Yeah, not yet. I just bought it.
We will be forwarding most likely to our Facebook group.
Yes.
Until we get our
website
up.
Just give me 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll have a whole thing.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yes.
So we're not too worried about that. Website. Okay, so we also we got some advice from a social media friend, guru, person, lady, who we hope to have on our show. She's not sure she wants to be in front of a microphone, but she helped us out a lot and has helped us out a lot really over the years, but recently helped us out with our social media. So we went ahead and set up a Film Reverie Instagram and a Film Reverie Twitter, which is not something that we had really done before.
Or did anything with. Like, there was a Film Reverie Twitter, but it was just posting, hey, there's a new episode, and we weren't really doing anything.
So we sort of half-assed did social media for Film Reverie. I'm pretty consistent myself at Twitter and Instagram for Becca Meyer, but that's really not Film Reverie. So if you follow either one of us on Twitter, great, that's awesome, thank you. If you follow either one of us on Instagram, great, awesome, thank you. I will still continue to be tweeting there. We're also doing Film Reverie specific Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, and it won't be just like for Instagram. It won't be just pictures. We're gonna have whatever. We're gonna have what do you call it? Good content.
Highlights from our shows and stuff like that.
Quick little stories of whatever. Here's a picture of what we're doing. Here's the maybe a thing like here's the microphone that we use for our show. Whatever.
Me making fun of Brad.
Or that.
Yeah.
Like recording us doing the intros.
Yeah.
That could be a thing that we because a lot of times that's fun in a aggressive way where it quickly digresses into the misery that I live in.
That is, we were talking about it earlier at the beginning of the thing. That is normally why we do those last, in case making the intro when we're recording the audio version of the show, which we're no longer doing the way we had been doing, but we'd record the show and then we'd sit down and we'd do an intro at another time at some point before we we edited and uploaded the show. Sometimes those are really frustrating. So it's good that that's the last thing we do. Like, we don't have to also then stop that and then go do a show. So we've often thought about recording.
For a long time I wanted to
those
because you guys will get a kick out of the things we say and do, and that don't make it to the bleep, beep. Okay, everybody, quiet on the set.
So, well, that's it. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
I think it was all we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. We're basically promising them that we'll get our shit together. It'd be better.
We've been gone a lot longer than we wanted to. I have personally really missed this show. We did that episode with Alex Ferrari a few weeks ago, and it was nice just sitting down in front of the mic and talking to another filmmaker again. Like, it was something that we hadn't done in a long time because we'd been busy trying to get our films made and moving and blah 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 and all that stuff. But I've sort of felt starved and I didn't realize how hungry I was until I sat down to eat. You know what I mean? It's like when we had our conversation with Alex Ferrari, it was fun. It was fun being back in front of the microphone.
It was like, we missed this.
Yeah. So we have a handful of episodes coming up. Some curriculum, some of our filmmaking tips, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
And hopefully some really good interviews lined up with people. We don't really do interviews. We do more conversations, but you guys know what I mean. Some great guests. And we are glad to be back. So our Twitch channel is...
It's Super Mega Ultra.
It's twitch.tv/Super Mega Ultra Int, which is the name of our production. ENT.
For entertainment. Yeah.
So...
we're going to do everything under that because we didn't want to have... for the live. Okay, we have a separate Film Reverie Facebook and all of that, but we just decided that everything live we want to do under Super Mega Ultra, which is the...
umbrella.
Like the umbrella that everything we do is under. But Film Reverie is its own brand, and we don't want to confuse people, and we thought about maybe we'll just do everything Super Mega Ultra, but no. But all the Twitch live. I mean, we're gonna just do all of our live stuff. We're just gonna do for now at Super Mega Ultra on Twitch. Yeah. So Super Mega Ultra ENT.
So follow us there.
Please do, because this is where we want to build our like live interactive community. We want to have people interact with us and chat with us. I'd love to be able to where we just come on live and just talk with our audience about making films and not even have a thing planned. Yeah, we really like a Q&A, I guess you would call it that. Yeah. But, I really want to do that. The other day I started doing something that I think I'm going to keep doing if I can get it to work, is live streaming my writing sessions. Like, Brad wasn't with me that day, but I sat down and I was writing, and I just turned Twitch on and I started writing. That may seem boring to a lot of people, but I felt like somebody who was also writing, it might be like sitting there and having a writing buddy, and anytime you wanted to we could just like sit there and almost like be alone together, if that makes any sense. So we're hoping that works, a couple of things like that, and I'm going to try to do that as much as possible and as frequently as possible. Yes. Not like it's going to be any like cliffhanger type storytelling stuff or anything, but it's really just like sitting there with somebody else and getting some writing done. Please tell us, like, do you hate that, or do you want more? Or are there other things that, like, you say, oh, I'd rather see you do that, guys, do this, do that. Tell us. That's the whole point, and we're going to do this for a while. We're going to give it our darndest, and, I mean, yes, please tell us. We'll give it our darndest little thing there, and... but yes, why'd you go into your Munchkin voice? The lollipop guilt. The lollipop guilt. I don't know. Sometimes when I get nervous, my voice gets do the leprechaun. I'm a little leprechaun. I flip and flap and fly. Does he do flip and flap and fly? I don't know what that means. It's like snap, crack, and pop. It sounds like a penis. For leprechauns. It sounds like you let your penis out, flipping and flopping. It flips and flaps and flies. And flies. Maybe if it's a good day. Well, fly, you unzip your fly, I guess? Yeah, I don't know. We're rationalizing nonsense. Okay. And this is some of the things you get to look forward to. Including our new mascot. The kitty? Jeffrey Lebowski, the kitten. He's 9 weeks old. So, anyway, that's it for this time. Tell us. Come talk to us. Come on, let's go. We, more than anything, love hearing from people. So if you have questions, comments, you want to ask us a question, you can tell us what you think. Maybe you think we're crazy doing what we're doing. Let us know. It's Film Reverie on Twitter and Film Reverie on Instagram, and Becca Meyer Balding, you walk everywhere else. Yes. Hit up our Facebook page, because right now it's the one place you can be able to really find us while we get our website worked on. And join the group. And it's just Film Reverie or Film Reverie Podcast? It's facebook.com/Film Reverie. But you can also type in Film Reverie Podcast and find us there as well. Yeah. And join the group. Well, it's not invite, but you can... yeah, you can ask to join. Ask to join, and as soon as we see, we'll let you in. It's a closed group right now. Yes, because we want, I don't know, not intimate, but we just don't want anyone and everyone trolling. You're going to need to put your penis away before you do with the intimate talk. We want intimate conversations with fellow filmmakers. Whoa. Okay, there we go. All right, well, that's it. Not porn filmmakers. But that's okay if you... Oh, yeah, no judging. No judging. We don't want to judge anybody for anything. Could be considered filmmaking. I mean, no, I judge racist and abusive people. I judge incest porn. I don't even know what you're talking about. You've never seen incest porn? I don't know what you're talking about. Not even supposed to talk about it, right? That's like a conversation killer. Right there. It ruined the show. Might as well have brought up Donald Trump. That's it for this week. We'll talk to you next time. And cut. The end. The end. I was going to say, stay tuned.
Film Reverie Podcast is a production of Super Mega Ultra Entertainment and is produced by Michael Beckemeyer and Bradley Kingston. If you're enjoying this podcast, please be sure to leave us a 5-star review in iTunes. And visit filmreverie.com to listen to past episodes, and be sure to click like or subscribe wherever you find us. That's it for this time. We'll see you again next week with another episode of Film Reverie.